British novels for advanced English learners. Today I'm going to recommend 10 great novels written by British authors so you can keep practicing and improving your English. Let's kick off with a book that I read when I was travelling over 20 years ago, and that's one of my personal favourites. Are You Experienced by William Sutcliffe. This is quite a funny story in which a couple of young Britons who are on a pre-university gap year travel to India without having any idea about what to expect out there or what the whole experience of going backpacking or travelling is really about. Cain and Abel by Jeffrey Archer. This unputdownable story is about two men, William Lowell Cain, the son of a Boston millionaire who is powerful and wealthy, and Abel Rosnowski, who is a Polish immigrant that has to work hard to move up the ladder. Both men were born on the same day, on opposite sides of the world, but their paths cross one day in their pursuits to build a fortune. This novel was written in 1979 by Archer, a British author and former politician. Watership Down by Richard Adams. This engaging novel is a real classic about the adventures of a group of rabbits searching for a safe place to establish a new warren, in other words a home, so that they can live in peace. The story is set in Hampshire in southern England and was written in 1972. The Beach by Alex Garland. This is a story of another young backpacker who travels to Thailand in search of an idyllic and isolated beach that tourists know nothing about. You might have seen the film called The Beach, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, which was based on this novel. This book was released in 1996 and was written by this British author. The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Night Time by Mark Haddon. This one was published in 2003 and is an unconventional murder mystery. The story's main character and narrator is Christopher, a 15-year-old boy with Asperger's syndrome who tries to solve the murder of his neighbour's dead dog. There is also an audiobook version of this, which is also highly recommendable. Driving Over Lemons, An Optimist in Andalusia by Chris Stewart. This is the story of an Englishman who decides to buy an old house in the mountains in southern Spain and goes to live there with his wife. The house is surrounded by lemon groves, hence the name of the book. This is about his adventures and interactions with the locals in the area and his adaptation to Spanish rural life. High Society by Ben Elton. This slightly humorous, heartbreaking and terrifying novel focuses on a Labour Party MP and his quest to legalise all recreational drugs in the United Kingdom. It also interconnects the stories of other characters who are involved in one way or another with recreational drugs and their effects on society. The Road Home by Rose Tremaine. This story is about Lev, a middle-aged immigrant who has recently lost his wife. He leaves his home in an Eastern European country and moves to London to find work so he can make money to send back home to his mother, his young daughter and his best friend. The novel details Lev's adventures in life in London as a foreigner and his struggles along the way. When God Was a Rabbit by Sarah Winman. This is a story about the life of a young girl called Ellie, who grows up first in Essex, the county to the east of London, and then Cornwall in rural southwest England. She is given a pet rabbit named God by her brother Joe, hence the name of the book. Ellie's pet rabbit is a constant companion throughout her entire childhood. The novel follows Ellie and her brother Joe's relationship spanning 40 years. Into the Water by Paula Hawkins. This novel is a gripping thriller by this British author. The story is about the unexplained death of Nell, whose body is found in a river. People say that she jumped, but Nell's sister Jules is not convinced by this theory, and she returns to her hometown to tackle the mystery by herself. Now it's your turn. please share one book you recommend in the comments section below. Make sure you check out my next video on describing novels in English. If you want to learn British English with me, hit the subscribe button to join the community and take your English to the next level.